I've been extremely fortunate to have Fisher as my advisee since he was a freshman, and he's been a great component to our entire advisory, and I'm actually going to ask for a little bit of help from my advisory group to come on up. And so a few years ago, there was a set of commercials done by a particular beer company, and it was the most interesting man in the world. All right, now I have many times referred to Fisher as the most interesting man in the world. Just getting to know him as a person has been amazing. I've been so fortunate to be his advisor and get to talk to him on a regular basis, spend time with him outside of the classroom and things like that. So we're going to read off a few of we've stolen some of them are specific about Fisher. They're all meant a little bit in jest, but at the same time, this is why Fisher is the most interesting man in the world. I'm going to start us off. He's won trophies for his game face alone.
Mosquitoes refuse to bite him out of respect.
He bowls overhand.
He once ran a marathon because it was on his way.
He has inside jokes with complete strangers.
His small talk has changed foreign policy.
If opportunity knocks and he's not home, opportunity waits.
His words carry so much weight that they would break a lesser man's jaw.
Sasquatch has taken a photo of him.
If he were to pat you on the back, you would put it on your resume. And finally, the one that's absolutely serious is I have learned more from Fisher, probably as him being my advisee, than he's probably learned from me as his advisor. But ultimately, I can't wait to hear what he has to say, and it's been so great to have him in this group of individuals throughout my 4 years here.
Thank you, Mr. Yurick, Josh, David, Ting, and Ted, for all the kind and funny words. Good morning, everyone. I'd like to share two powerful concepts that have shaped my perspective over the years. And the first is the importance of choice, and the second is the value of viewing our lives through a calculus model. Our life can be interpreted as a series of choices. I presume the seniors in this audience must feel this way particularly. We face difficult choices choosing universities to apply and making the one decision among our offers. Yet we will go on to choose the city we live in, our job, our life partner, and so on. And yet many of us do not fully realize the extent of our freedom to choose and do not have the courage to make the decisions that truly align with our passions and aspirations. Too often, we forget the power of our choices. We have more freedom than any generations before us. It takes 2 months for anyone to become a licensed pilot. With valid Wi-Fi connection, you can take more than 2,500 MIT courses on your laptop. And you can build a connection with practically anyone in this world with social media. However, at the end of the day, how many of us, including me, will settle for what seems like a safe and sensible option? Go on to find a decent job, spending 5 days a week, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. in the office, and spend our most precious years in such repetition? I do not know. Even more common is when we understand our freedom of choice, but dare not to make the decision. As an Asian student, I at times was recommended to pursue computer science or business, tracks that are more profitable and commonly accepted over my choice of biology. And the truth is, I hesitated and is still partially hesitating at this very moment. I want to choose biology, I want to choose biology to conduct research and build my own company in the later years. This is all exciting, but goddamn hard, and very, very risky. I could end up being a 32-year-old single PhD who grinds a lab every day, or a bankrupted entrepreneur. Or I could lean more toward the computer science, where I could still work at frontiers of technology that's very fascinating, including blockchain or data science, which really are not bad choices at all. So what should I do? A famous Chinese saying goes, Kids make choices, adults want everything. But no, choice is much more necessary for adults. Learning to choose is often a process of learning to give up. Pick one, give up others. We must be brave enough to choose our path and live with the consequence. Next, what do I mean to consider life as a calculus model? Here's a simple example. An object is stationary. If you push it, an acceleration will be generated. But with acceleration, there was no instant velocity, because velocity is generated only when acceleration accumulates over a period of time. When the speed accumulates over a period of time, there will be finally displacement. But in our own eyes, all we see is the distance it moves from here to here. And we don't see that microscopically, the whole process accumulates from bits and bits of acceleration. It is the same with people and life. Our hard work and efforts in present may not yield immediate results, but they will accumulate over time and lead us toward our goals and aspirations. We must learn to give up certain opportunities in order to fully commit to our chosen path and trust the integral effect. In the end, I wish all of us will be courageous enough to make genuine choices, and that calculus in our lives meant more than a torture by Isaac Newton and Mr. Cruz. Thank you.